the best time to figure out what it is that you really want to do. During this time, so many people have lost their jobs, and I cannot stress enough the importance of creating your own income, where you are basically self-employed and you don't have to, your income does not rely on you going into someone else's job. Your income does not rely on you happen to work under somebody else. Your income only relies on how hard you go. So I wanted to put out a video because right now I do have a special going on a webinar on basically becoming a tax preparer. This webinar, and it's a live webinar, and I am going to be answering questions. I'm going to go over the presentation of the webinar, the same material. If you have been thinking about becoming a tax preparer, there's no better time to become a tax preparer. Right now, this is the time to focus on if you want to be able to get your EFIN, if you want to be able to, if you want to go ahead and get your PTAX, have your own tax office, or if you want to be a preparer under a tax office. This is the time to do it. If you follow me on social media, if you're not, make sure you're following me on Tax on Track on my Instagram and Tax on Track LLC on my Facebook page. If you follow me on social media, you know that I stress a lot to just go ahead and become your own boss, have your own company. More than likely, if you're a tax preparer, within 2 to 3 years, if you did good with being a tax preparer, you'll go ahead and get your own office. I always stress that there's no such thing as I'm the best tax preparer. The best marketer wins. If you market yourself as a tax preparer in your town, in your city, in your state, there's no way that you will not make a good amount of money to live for the rest of that year. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Keisha, and I'm back with another video. Yes, we are all stuck at. Still wanted to go ahead and put out a video on my channel, an amazing webinar that I'll be hosting this Friday, May 1st, on how to become a tax preparer. This webinar is only for $39.97, so 40 bucks. And it's only this cheap because of everything that's happening. I wanted to basically give out something to everybody that wants to become a preparer but just don't have enough income, because this webinar that I was doing last year was for $350 and it was going to go up to $500, but because everything that happened, I just wanted find a way to give it out to someone. Of course, it's not going to be for free because people don't value free. I know it's 40 bucks, but within this time, everybody is trying to find some type of side hustle, some type of hustle that can turn into a career. And there's millions of people that have lost their job during this time. So this is my way of giving back to the community. In this video, we're gonna go over the basics of becoming a tax preparer. Of course, if you wanna know more in depth on being a tax preparer, a successful tax preparer, I really advise that you go ahead and click the link that's in the bio, going straight to the course for this live webinar. Enough with the talking and let's get to the video. Wait. If you have not subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button and click the notification button. And again, follow me on my other social media platforms. Alright guys, so if you're new to this channel, my name is Keisha and I'm the owner of Tax on Track. And on this channel, I pretty much go over all marketing for tax preparers. So if you're someone that's interested in becoming a tax preparer, or you're an experienced tax preparer and you want to scale your tax preparation business, you need to click the subscribe on this channel. Okay, so how to become a tax preparer. This is something that you can Google, of course, and this is something that you can probably ask other people. But if you have not noticed, there's really not a lot of information on becoming a successful tax preparer. Everybody tell you the same thing on their blogs, on you do this, you do that, you do this, and you do that. I am going to be the one to tell you the real, honey. I'm not going to sugarcoat it with you. And in order for you to make that $50,000, $100,000 that everybody is talking about that you can make as a tax preparer, you need to work your behind off. You are not going to randomly become a tax preparer and bam, make $100,000 as a tax preparer. Now, this may be different if you have your own EFIN and you're getting all of your tax preparation fees. More than likely, if you're a tax preparer, your tax preparation fees will be cut. Meaning there will be a percentage, whatever the percentage that tax office owner is asking for out of your tax preparation fees, that will be the deal. So going into tax preparation as a tax preparer, for you to make a certain amount of money, you first have to figure out what is the commission that tax owner is asking for. Another thing that you need to consider once you find that out is figure out how much clients are you going to get. You have to put a budget into your marketing. And in my webinar that I'll be having on May 1st, I'll be having 3 different webinars. And the reason why I'm having 3 webinars this month, well, the month of May, is because each webinar is limited. The thing that you want to do is get a PTIN. A PTIN is a prepared tax identification number, and this is a number that comes directly from IRS. How do you get a PTIN? You have to go on irs.gov/PTIN and you need to go ahead and fill out this application that IRS asks for. If you want more in-depth about this PTIN information or have any specific questions about a PTIN, I highly recommend that you go ahead and get this course. Now you log on for this course. Again, I am not trying to sell you guys. I'm not just trying to say, go ahead, get my webinar, go ahead, get my webinar. But in order for you to get as much information and soak up as much knowledge as possible, you do want to be able to speak to me on a live term where you can ask me questions. And I'm answering questions all the way only on this webinar that I'll be having. All right, so the next thing that you want to go ahead, and this is strictly for someone that know they want to have a tax office or not have a tax. This is for someone that owns an office, but you don't really have to have an office. You can also have a virtual office. The thing that you'll need to obtain is an EFIN. An EFIN number is pretty much a number that you get from the IRS. It's a 6-digit number that IRS provides to you if you want to be able to e-file under your company name, under your company name. Now, the lovely thing about someone that has an EFIN number is that you don't have to cut your money. Like, you don't have no commission. You earn all your commission. You should not be working under your EFIN and that company is asking you for money. No, companies usually, a tax office is usually getting commission out of a tax preparer, not an EFIN holder, out of a tax preparer, and that's because everything is under that PTIN. So if you want to make more money, I highly recommend you go that route, and not to say that you'll make much more if you don't have a lot of clients. Now, say for instance, you start off and you have a PTIN. In your first year, you did great. You did over $20,000, over $10,000, $15,000. That's when you want to consider going ahead and getting a EFIN number. You getting an EFIN number. An EFIN number takes much more time and patience than a PTIN number. A PTIN is done within 24 hours. An EFIN is done, it could take up to 3-4 months. It depends on the individual. You do see people getting their EFIN in 30-45 days, but you also see people getting a EFIN in 3-4 months. So it really, the next thing that you want to do when you are a tax preparer is get affordable professional software. It really depends on you as a tax preparer. How many clients do you have? Depending on how many clients you have will determine if you want to invest in a software. And that's pretty much what it takes to being a tax preparer. Now, being a successful tax preparer is a whole nother topic. This is strictly marketing strategy on how to become a successful tax preparer. Now, in my webinar, I cover the basics of marketing, and that's really valuable information. All right, guys, so that was it with today's video. If you like this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And the webinar that I will be having, I will leave the link in the bio. And if you have any questions about this webinar that I'll be having, the webinar that I use, you're able to go ahead and just sign yourself in as a customer. Be sure to leave your email as well. And if you have any questions, you can leave me a message. We can literally message each other, take the opt out and pay for the course. It's a smooth, easy transition. And I look forward to seeing you guys. And be sure, if you know you want to do this, go ahead and take this webinar, sis. Go ahead and take this webinar, bro. This is the time to do it. I will see you guys in the next video.